Hello and welcome to Circulus, a homebrew 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign. I am your host, Aaron, often referred to as Crash, and every week we get together and I try to let the party know exactly how evil I really am. And every week I succeed just a little bit more. Now, with me today are such illustrious people as Chris/Akari. Akari, who are you playing?
I am playing Vex'Sarin, the half-elf ranger.
And with us also is a short but powerful character played by Tom. Tom, who are you playing?
I'm playing Panqarim Darkstone, Gnome Barbarian Extraordinaire.
And we also have Matt. Matt, who are you playing?
I am playing Aristobulous Ravenscroft, Human Wizard.
And we also have Logan, who may or may not be AFK. Logan is playing Fenix, a Dragonborn narcissist paladin, but I repeat myself. Alright, so when we last left off, the party had made their way to the Blast Radius Inn, which is right across the road from the Gear Grinder Brewery, Distillery, whatever it is. Alcohol is made there. That's basically what it is. And you've met up with Fiddle Punch, who had some interesting discoveries on his end about how to the south, in the town of Vex'Sarin, there was a significant chance that sometime soon some type of portal or doorway or dimensional transfer might be occurring. Possibly a clue on how to get home for 3 of our party members. And at that point, we pretty much ended the session for that evening. So, situation here is the party's together. You've been talking to Fiddle Punch. Meepo's been sort of sneaking around, and let me backtrack a little bit and give you a bit of retconning. You've been traveling with Meepo for several days now, almost a full week. During this time, Meepo has been, let's say, doing some practical jokes. Nothing too extravagant, nothing too elaborate or damaging. It's the kind of stuff that a 4-year-old might find fun and amusing because Meepo is 4. But she's also able to cast spells. So a 4-year-old that casts spells, that's kind of weird. It's things like, there was one day where Vex woke up and his boots were filled to the top with dirt. Little things like that. Surprisingly, Punk and Fenix were not pranked at all during this time. It's like she kept a wide berth from them in regards to any type of joking around. It's almost as if she idolizes Fenix and fears for her life around Punk.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Kobolds actually do have a very strong sense of self-preservation. It is ingrained into them, considering that most of them can be killed with a single blow.
That's surprising.
Yes. So while you've been talking to Fiddle Punch about these remarkable discoveries, Meepo decided to enact another one of her practical jokes, and this particular one was a bit more harmful than others. She used prestidigitation to change the color of Obaim's beard. It is now a wonderful, very, very vibrant purple.
It looks very regal.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's a light purple, but it's a very... it has a high saturation, let's put it that way, if we're going to use artistic terms.
Does it smell like lavender?
It does not. That would require a second prestidigitation. I can speak today. Prestidigitation cast, and she doesn't have the opportunity because Obaim has reached his limits. He goes off. He says some things that he may regret later, and he basically says something along the lines of, the rest of you can go investigate Husan for what it's worth. He's going to go try to find the horses that you left behind. And he stomps off to the north.
Not to be seen for 3 episodes.
Maybe less than that, because remember, we're not going to be recording any episodes for the last 2 weeks in December.
Oh.
Because it's so close to Christmas, and one of them I think is on New Year's.
Yeah.
So I'm not
I'll
going.
be very drunk.
That would
I have no
lead to
plans on New Year's. I'm a loser.
And you know what? While that might be very interesting, I have a feeling that we wouldn't be able to have a party get together for that. If we do, fantastic. We'll do a one shot or something.
Cool.
But I'm not expecting it.
Our Christmas one.
I am not expecting a Christmas episode. I will not be in this state.
There'll be 50 presents, and all of our new characters have to open one, and there'll be a random boss.
And they'll.
I'll be mimic.
I was gonna say, and they'd all be cursed, but I like your idea better.
And each have a dragon in them.
No. Then it wouldn't be random. One would be an ancient dragon. One would be a beholder. One would be a demon lord.
God.
The box itself would be a mimic.
One would be a gazebo.
One will be a crashed
Yes.
up wagon.
By saying this, it means I'm not going to do it, but I've had it in my head that at some point I should give you a gazebo that you encounter, where the gazebo itself actually turns out to be a mimic.
Very large mimic.
Oh, there are boat-sized mimics.
Yeah.
It's canon because we saw them in a Wizards of the Coast stream. But that's another story entirely. So we now have a reason why Obaim is not adventuring with us, besides the fact that Eric and his wonderful wife Leanne are off celebrating a Christmas party in Tampa.
And next weekend,
It'll probably be another Christmas party. Or a family party. Or it should be a Christmas party. Never mind about that. Okay, so that's enough backtracking and enough rambling from me. How are we going to do this?
I say we go to the portal and let Meepo explore it.
I need to pull Meepo aside very quickly. Because I had a conversation with her last time.
Okay, you pull her aside.
Meepo,
Yes?
do you remember the conversation we had a couple of days ago?
I'm sorry I put dirt in your boots. I promised it wouldn't
Not
do
that
it
one.
again.
Not that one. But yes, please don't do that again. The one about you making an adult decision and making a choice. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're at that tavern now. And I'm going to ask you the question now. I need you to think hard and decide what you want to do.
She thinks. And she
So-
thinks really hard. And then she says, what was the question?
Think.
Yeah, she does that. She actually does that. She taps her head.
The question was...
What a wonderful smell you've discovered.
That was awesome.
God damn. The question was, what do you want to do? You want to stay with us, where it's filled with danger, but it can also be very boring? Or do you want to go back to your people, where the danger will be significantly less, it'll probably be just as boring, but you'll be safer?
She nods, and she pulls out a piece of paper. Ari, in your tutoring sessions with Meepo, you've given her various things, including paper to write notes on and stuff, and this is one of those pieces of paper. But it has a bunch of marks on it. This particular paper has notes on one side, but that's not the side she's looking at. and she holds the paper out to you, and you see that there's a lot of just vertical lines. Lots of them. And she says, "When I was born, this was my clan, the Chiptooth." And then she tears off a significant portion of it. "This is how many of us were left when you showed up. Being a kobold is dangerous. We get eaten, we get stepped on, we get snowballs thrown at us.
Oops.
Pretty much everything's dangerous. You're the strongest people I know. You do dangerous things, I know. But I'm probably safer with you than anywhere else. And if I can get stronger, then maybe I can go back and keep the rest of the clan safe. I can't do that now, but I've already learned a little." And she looks over at Ari. "I can probably learn more if I try really hard."
I have no doubt that you can.
"I kind of want to stay with you."
Okay then. Maple, that was a very adult decision and a very well thought out choice, actually. It's decided.
She smiles, hugs you, and runs off to chase a butterfly.
Okay.
You notice that Fiddle Punch is standing there with his arms crossed, and he's just been watching the whole thing. "We're adopting now?"
You be nice to her.
"I meant no ill will."
So, what's on?
"That would be the first thing we should do, yes."
Let's go.
Okay then.
Okay. Meepo catches the butterfly and promptly eats it. She then spends 3 turns trying to clean her tongue off because it did not taste nice.
Hey, give her some of the ale.
No,
Clean it off.
I got a lot of those.
we are not killing the girl.
Okay. So, you all mount up and start heading south. What's on is maybe about 20-ish miles to the south. So it's unless you really push the horses, it's a full day's journey, give or take. I'm not remembering what time you arrived at the Blast Radius Inn, so I'm just going to say
I believe
that
you said it was
if-
at midday.
yeah, if you needed to spend the night, you spent the night. If you didn't need to spend the night, you didn't. I'm not going back and listening to the episode to find out when. As you're heading south, Fiddle Punch realizes that Meepo doesn't enjoy the bright sunlight so much, and he makes her a hat out of scraps of fabric that he happens to have available. But it's a gnomish designed hat, so it's not exactly like the wide-brimmed hat. It's a contraption where there's a band that goes around the top of her head with little poles that stick out to extend the fabric out so that it creates as much shade as possible. Basically, he gave her an umbrella hat.
Classy.
Of course he did.
Meepo immediately loves it and discovers that if she jumps while wearing it, her fall is kind of slowed down a bit.
He gave her slow fall. Wow.
So for a decent part of the journey, until she gets bored with it, she runs ahead, jumps, and glides. And then she gets bored and falls asleep. Riding with one of you, of course.
Not me.
Let's be honest, like the Mirari.
Yeah,
Like who?
It's more
Likely
than like
Mir.
the Mirari.
yeah, Mir Vex.
She actually takes turns. She does spend some time with Ari. She also spends some time with Fenix, and she does spend some time with Punk.
No, she doesn't.
Well, she tries to. She tries very
Just
hard.
glare at her and tell her to off. So
And
Language.
we've got our first bleep
Sorry.
tonight.
And it wasn't me.
there's no other way to put it.
Now, the horse you're riding is large enough that at one point you fail a perception check, and before you realize that she actually is riding on the same horse as you.
Can I kick her?
No.
From
she
horseback? That's
didn't quite-
impressive.
She didn't quite make it all the way on top of the horse. She's sort of like holding
Aw.
on to the stirrups
And fell off? What a shame.
underneath. But then you look down and see her. Okay, but enough of the comic relief. Before the day is half over, you do start to see some of the buildings that make up the outside areas of Vex'Sarin. The area was originally set up for logging. It's where all the trees went. So there are some lumber mills and various associated warehouses that are in disrepair. Some of them have collapsed entirely. Some of them are gone except for their stone foundations. Some of them didn't seem to have stone foundations, but they're on the outskirts. These are ruins, pretty much, at this point. And they've been ruins for a very long time. As you continue on further, you do encounter a few buildings that look like farmsteads. None of them appear to be currently inhabited. Some of them have paper streamers strung up outside, along windowsills, and under gutters. Some of the doors are left ajar.
When is a door not a door?
When it's ajar.
Da-da-da.
Birds.
Two snare drums and a cymbal fall from the sky and land next to you.
Should I just log off for the evening?
I play that.
No, you got to be here all week while we try the veal.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Yes, that's important.
You're all terrible people.
Excellent.
Get any kind of vibes from the place that maybe we're being watched, or that maybe like make a perception check?
If you'd like to make a perception check, you
I
would
would
certainly
love
make
to
one.
make a perception check out of paranoia. A 4, so I don't notice anything.
You feel like the hills have eyes, but when you look, you see that they're just hills.
But they're not
Can I-
alive
can
with
I-
music or anything. So
Can I look around to see if there's any like tracks that look irregular for the area?
Sure, give me a survival check.
Are we at a forest?
This area has not been forest land since before you were born.
Okay, so that's still good. Survival. That's a 23.
Okay, so the road you're on is very disused. It looks like it has not seen any caravans or whatnot since the end of winter at the very least. Anything from before then might have been eroded away by snowfall and whatnot. Also, you recently had a lot of heavy rain. Since the heavy rain, some humanoid tracks have been left, They've been on foot. Boots were used. Most of them are human-sized, but there's a few that are much larger than human.
Okay. Humanoid's my favorite enemy, so I'm able to determine exact numbers of people for those when doing checks for track.
Okay, well, with that said, you've seen in this particular area, at one time, there was 5 human-sized and 2 larger than human-sized. There's more than 5 human-sized tracks, but those appear older.
Okay.
I'm assuming you continue on south?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you start to get to the more proper part of Husan. You see more of the paper streamers. and
What's on?
such. Thank you. DM can't get his own town names correct.
I got you, boy.
I'm going to write this down over here in a note. I have done so. Okay, so you're starting to see more structures that are not so much farmsteads or things like that as they are like shops or townhouses and things to that nature. Again, you're not seeing any signs of, like, you're not seeing any people. You're not seeing any bodies. That a lot of it looks like things were left in the middle of something.
Like a Pompeii almost.
Yes, but Pompeii has people that fell down in various places. You don't see those here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, life just stopped.
Yes.
Okay.
Matter of fact, there's one building that you go into and you see that there was food left on a fire that has since rotted, very much so. Whatever molds that were in it have died from lack of food and then rotted. The fire is burned down completely. There's plenty of wood. Most of the buildings seem to have enough wood to last for maybe a month or two without having to gather more.
In maybe one of these houses, would there be people's clothes still there, or
Yes.
it doesn't look like people packed and took off. They just
took off.
yeah. Okay.
Give me a perception check.
All right. 9.
Yeah, it all looks pretty normal.
Anybody else want to look?
I look around.
Sure.
Wow, my lucky number tonight. 23.
Every now and then you find a building where it looks like there may have been some kind of struggle. Like there's a chair that got knocked over, but you're not seeing a lot of property damage or anything like there was a major conflict that happened. You do hear some music in the background is going.
No, Voorhees.
Great.
Awesome.
What made
Punk's
these
gonna
people
play us.
leave? What made these people leave in such a hurry?
I'm bringing.
I was going to make a joke that only Matt will get, but they've gone to Betson's.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone who's a native to Circulus, give me a religion check. If you are a non-native to Circulus, give me a religion check at disadvantage.
I don't have a disadvantage.
Let's see.
6.
20.
7.
What was the rule again?
Religion.
Oh, yes.
Or intelligence if you don't have religion. Although you're a paladin, so I hope you have religion.
Oh, I do.
But is he as good as the wizard is?
Oh, probably not. I'm a stupid as a dwarf.
Well, his religion might be higher, but
20.
your intelligence probably beats it. Oh, natural 20 or just 20?
Yeah, natural 20.
Okay.
21.
I got a total.
Appreciate that. Every time that we have to do a check to understand the history of a place or the culture of a place, Fenix comes out on top.
Yeah.
He's
However, every time
that's the class he never fell asleep in Dragonborn school. It was
Fairness,
the
it
social
makes-
studies classes.
Makes sense as a paladin. You would know these things.
Okay. So basically, especially with all of the paper streamers and stuff you've seen, it seems like whatever happened as they were getting ready for their midwinter festival.
Festivus?
Winter's
For the
Crest?
It is the holiday for the rest of them.
Yeah.
The major religion in this area is actually based on ancestor worship. A lot of the buildings you've seen had shrines of some kind or another with tokens or papers attached to them for various relatives who had passed on to the next life. And the Midwinter Festival in this area, they tend... in this general area, any humans that live in whatever towns, when they're celebrating the Midwinter Festival, they would do that in the main town for that area. They would gather there to celebrate and do things like, share stories, buy and sell things, of course, because it's a festival.
The airing of grievances?
Yeah.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
So it's Thanksgiving?
do like competitions where they this was an area where they raised a lot of sheep and goats, and they tried to raise cattle, so they would have things like they'd have artisanal cheeses that would have available, things like that.
Feats of strength?
Yeah, and that would all happen in the middle of town.
How many trees can you throw?
And then it finishes off with a poetry contest.
Slam poetry, of course.
Yeah, slam poetry.
I have seen people try to throw trees, and it didn't work out so well. But in any case, so your idea is for many of these houses, they're empty because the people wouldn't have been here. They would have gone south into the main part of town.
Can I ask, Attorney Fiddlepunch, and ask, where do you know where this event is possibly going to happen within the town?
Fiddlepunch checks one of the various mechanical devices he has strapped to the giant mechanical stag beetle that he's riding instead of a horse. And he says, "Oh, we're getting closer, but it would be further south."
Further south. I suggest we head in.
Yeah.
Can I keep my bow out, ready to go, just in case, and I'm alert?
Are you staying mounted?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you go over the next hill, you come to a stop because the next step is a doozy. You've been on the outskirts of what's on the entire time. The center of town and the surrounding area around the center of town is just gone.
Dalaran Crater gone?
Dalaran Crater gone. Now, the it hasn't maintained its shape the way Dalaran Crater has. It looks like it may have been a sphere at some point, but the sides have caved in a bit, so it's a more gentle slope. But it's a great big town-sized hole in the ground. After a little while down, the soil gives way to bedrock. And it's like solid rock down with a thin layer of dirt from the cave-ins and stuff. Not cave-ins, collapses. Going, and it's a slope down to the middle, and you do see a group of people down near the center, if not at the exact center of this concave topology.
Can we make out if they're human?
They are... give me a perception check.
17.
If they're not human, they are one of the races that can pass for human. They appear to be human-sized, but they are wearing robes that cover their heads. A couple of them do have beards, so if they're not human, they would be maybe half-elf or something like that.
I suggest we be very cautious here, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to regret saying this because we'll probably forget about them. Maybe leave the horses and try and go in quietly?
That would be a wise move.
That building over there looks like it might be a barn. It could be a fortuitous place to leave them.
That sounds like
Meepo and Fiddle Punch to watch the horses.
Let's just remember where we left them this time.
Everybody remember where we parked.
Fiddle Punch does not seem to mind being asked to stay and watch the horses.
We're on the Who's On lot. So.
Yeah.
Is lot 2. It's what's on lot 2.
Are we taking the tram or are we walking in?
Watch the tram car, please.
It's too late in the day. They're not doing the ferrying anymore.
Fiddle Punch, watch the horses. Yeah. And Meepo.
Okay, so as you're stabling the horses, you start to hear... You think you can hear like a sort of rhythmic thumping noise. It's kind of faint. You didn't hear it when you were coming into town, but when you got over to the barn, you got closer to whatever's making the sound, so you started to be able to pick it up.
Can I pick up which direction it's coming from?
Yeah. It's not coming from the crater, by the way.
Okay.
It's maybe 2 buildings over. You don't have line of sight.
Do we want to check that out, or do we want to deal with the people first?
Choices.
We could split the party.
We could.
I was kidding.
That strikes me as a galactically bad idea.
Oh, come on, that's the fun part.
I mean, we already heard
what you want the DM to do.
Remember what happened the last time you went off alone, Vex?
You know what? I had that situation completely under control. I don't know what you're talking about.
And yet it could have gone horribly, horribly bad in about 6 seconds.
I think let's check
Meepo
out
exclaims, I shot an ogre in the face!
Yes, you did, honey.
I say let's check out the sound first before we approach those people.
Yeah. No, I'd agree, because they're in the crater.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going anywhere right now.
True, and the crater could be dangerous to descend. Not that noise isn't dangerous to investigate, but...
Right, but I'd rather find out what that noise is first.
The people in the crater seem to be busy with something.
Crater people stuff. So.
Creator people stuff.
They didn't look like they were going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Crab people.
Crappy greater people. We digress.
Sorry.
Indeed.
And
Okay.
often.
So
It's
give me
D&D.
stealth checks,
Stealth checks. Alrighty.
because I'm assuming you don't want to just parade your way through town going,
Yeah.
"Hello, I wonder if anything is here. What is that strange ticking noise? Oh, it's a pipe bomb."
So that's a 15 for myself. And a 16 for Shepherd.
14 for Punk.
17 for Logan, aka, Fenix with the last name.
And Ari got a 13.
Okay, so you're not the most quiet people in the world.
Yeah, ironically, the dog is stealthier than all of us.
How about
Well,
Justice?
He's walking on little padded feet, and Justice doesn't need to walk. Justice is riding on Fenix's shoulder.
Yeah. I was gonna say we could send Justice to do some recon on the Crater people.
Justice would not be able to reply back. Oh, no.
I
No,
could
because-
speak with animals.
Yes, you could.
Uh huh.
The joys of having a ranger.
The Barbarian's not totally stupid.
Not just a ranger. Other things can do that too. But yes, that is a perk. So is that something you're planning on doing, or are you going to investigate the thumping noise?
Let's investigate the thumping first.
Yeah.
And then before
We
we
can always
approach the
use-
Crater. Yeah.
Yeah, we can always use Justice as a kind of a.
Our drone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But later.
You are not using Justice as a weapon, okay?
No,
No,
just
no,
a drone
no.
to view.
He's
I know.
gonna be our scout.
And
I
target
know.
of opportunity.
But if he gets in, what?
Oh wait, they have bows.
We learned a valuable lesson today.
Exactly. They have ranged weapons.
All the people in the crater cast fireball on Justice at the same time. He just
No.
disappears in a massive explosion brighter than the sun.
If Justice
Now we
dies, I'm going after Tom. If
A
Justice
single
even dies.
singed
Bring it.
feather.
Oh, I will
slowly
cast
floats
Dragon Breath
down,
on you.
Lands
Alright, let's-
at Fenix's feet.
Let's investigate the noise first.
Okay. As you approach, you're not the most quiet, but fortunately the noises that you make are covered up by the thumping noise. And as you get closer, coming around the side of a building, you see a large ogre that's just casually smashing what appears to have one time been a doghouse or something. There's no dog inside of it. If there is, it's not there anymore. Let's put it that way. And he's just going board, thump, board, thump, board, thump, board, thump.
Vex, we shall not adopt the ogre.
I'll bring it home.
No more pets.
Okay, and I shoot an arrow into it.
Here
Give
we
me a
go.
roll.
Natural 20.
Ooh. Give me some damage.
Board. Ow. Board. Ow.
I need another D8. Where's my other D8? There it is. So that is 6 plus 3 is 9 plus another 3. Orcs are favored. So
That's an ogre. He's not an orc.
oh, he's not.
Yeah.
I thought you said orc.
They
My
are
bad.
No, ogre.
No, ogre.
I thought he said orc. So 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 3 from my. So that's 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay. It says, "Ow," and slowly turns around to face you.
Hi, big guy.
Hello. Who are you?
I'm Punk. What's your
Were
name?
you in the
Meanwhile, there's
wood-
an arrow sticking out of the back of his head.
Were you in the woods a couple of nights ago?
No.
Insight check.
He's on dial-up.
You can give me an insight check if you like.
13.
You're not entirely sure he understood the question.
Okay. Should we just do the thing with the murder?
He knows we're here. What's your name? I ask him.
Buddy.
Hi, buddy. I'm Punk.
Hi, Punk.
What do you just you live here?
Tiny.
I am tiny. You're big.
I could fit you in my mouth.
I don't think you'd want to do that.
I could probably fit 2 of you in my mouth.
As
I sword down your throat.
As this conversation's happening, I just kind of whisper to Ari. So, ogres he likes. Kobolds he's just not nice to.
He hasn't attacked us yet. You put an arrow in his head. And is practicing diplomacy.
Clearly, this one is a special breed.
Clearly.
He took a
Follow
crit
my
to
lead.
the head, and he's having a civil conversation.
Yes.
Is that like having a crayon up your nose?
I feel like
It went
this
all the
guy
way
has,
into his brain.
I feel like this guy has an intellect of 4.
It kind of rattles in there.
Do you live here, buddy?
No.
Oh.
I don't think he knows.
Are you the only one of you here?
He looks
That's a
around.
trick question.
I guess.
Okay.
Berg's not back yet.
Oh. When was the last time you saw him? Math is hard.
Yes.
How many times?
Well, we'll see you later, buddy.
How many times has the sun risen since you last saw him?
That's still counting.
But still, math is hard.
Oh god, it's like talking to Grog.
Fish.
Fish.
I'm gonna say that arrow to the head did a lot.
Yeah. I think it'd be a good idea to just back and leave him.
I
So
kind of
just
don't
so
want to
you know,
leave him in this state.
A non-brain damaged ogre has an int modifier of -3 and a wisdom modifier of -2.
Because depending on how the creator people, buddy might come in handy.
Yeah, but I kind of damaged his brain.
You just stay here, buddy. Okay?
Ooh. That's where they put bodies.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Now, that was Buddy's job. And
Oh.
he sort of stands up a bit taller when he says it, like he was proud that he had a job. Buddy
Oh.
did a good job.
And next you're going to move up to fries, and that's where the real money comes in.
What are fries?
Oh, the French fried potatoes. You'd love them. What's taters, Precious?
Buddy doesn't like potatoes.
Okay. How about this, buddy? How about you just stay here right now? Come back, okay?
Buddy's bored.
Buddy, how do you feel about the creator people?
They give Buddy things to do.
Do they treat you nice? Do they hurt you?
Blah.
Yeah,
Avoid
that
drool.
arrow.
Avoid drool damage.
That arrow ruined him.
Buddy has a headache.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, buddy.
You're asking lots of questions.
I know.
Buddy
you wanna stay
usually
here, buddy?
doesn't think this much.
Do you want to stay here, buddy?
No.
Do you want to come with us?
Would Buddy get to smash things?
Oh, yes.
Sure.
Come along, buddy.
Should I try and heal the damage to his brain?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm almost thinking he's better than for us.
To be honest, and I'm not going to make you roll for this, you're not entirely sure that the arrow did any damage to the brain.
Exactly.
It might have missed that particular target.
Okay.
Ogres are dumb.
Yeah, but good lord.
Well, when the effective area is the size of a walnut inside a grapefruit, you could miss.
He might be a peanut.
Yeah.
Buddy, how about this? Do you think it'd be okay if we talk to the crater people?
They don't like us very much.
Ah, okay.
I was told to stop all
Intruders?
No.
Interlopers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what those look like, though.
Oh, that's fine. We can help you.
Ooh.
And we'll get some potatoes for you.
He doesn't like potatoes.
He'll like our potatoes.
But he doesn't like potatoes.
Okay.
And he thumps
What
the
do you-
club down really hard and it smashes the fence.
That was a nice fence.
Was a nice fence.
The nice toothpicks. Buddy made it funny.
Yes, you did, buddy.
I would like to point out it's not me adopting the thing this time.
Each of you is
Oh,
going
yeah.
to have an NPC as a pet by the end of this campaign.
Yes.
I know.
Ponk is pet.
I've got two
What
at
else
this
has
point.
one?
Tonk is going to ride Buddy into battle.
Yes.
Oh god.
Gnomish battle cry.
How amazing would that be? A gnome riding an ogre.
And then both
I
the
did
gnome
not
and the
expect
ogre
this to go
battle
this
cry.
way. I'm. Let me just say that at this point, I expected Buddy to be slowly bleeding out on the ground.
I told you, you're never going to be able to anticipate what Punk's going to do.
And I am behind this 100%. But I'm going to have to roll up stats for Buddy. Well, if he survives.
Well, I'm picturing, like, when you say Buddy, I'm thinking like Buddy the Elf, but, like an ogre in elf costume. You know?
Motley. He's in Motley.
That
Yes.
image is now in my brain, and I hate you so much.
See, I'm
Buddy the ogre.
picturing the ogre from Burning Steps, the one that went around riding all the spiders.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's
The
exactly them.
pacifist.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I'm picturing.
The one who gets angry and storms off in a huff when you kill golems that were never alive
Yes.
to begin with.
Yeah.
That's who I'm picturing.
Okay. So how do we want to? I'm going to asking kind of the rest of the team. How do we want to handle the crater people?
I think the whole idea of sending Justice as a scout and then me getting the information
Yeah.
from him after is a good idea.
You okay with that, Fenix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then Fenix is just trying to not get angry.
Okay, so let me just double check how long Speak with Animals lasts for.
I could also.
10 minutes.
10
I
minutes.
could
yes.
also render him invisible for an hour.
That's
Oh,
better.
An invisible drone.
okay, this works. Okay, so let me do Speak with Animals first, so that it knows what it's doing. So I cast Speak with Animals first level.
Hello.
Hi, Justice. I don't think we've ever actually had a chance to talk.
Hello.
Hi. So we need
Hello.
you. Oh God.
He's not a
He's a bird
parakeet.
brain. He
No.
literally has a bird brain.
Shiny.
Yeah. Maybe invisibility isn't the best idea.
Probably not.
No, but he has-
Meanwhile,
Oh.
what you're hearing is just the rest of the party is just hearing Vex and Justice going back at each other. You think they're having an intelligent conversation about Shakespeare or something?
I want to have Buddy and Justice talk to each other.
And there's no way that there's no way this is gonna work. This is just a
Well, ask your question.
Justice. Can you fly over
Yes.
that crater and scout and find out as much information about the people at the bottom of it as you can, and then fly back to us?
Sure.
Awesome. Go.
Go where?
Oh god. The crater just over there. Giant hole in the ground. There's people in the center of it. I just need you to fly over and just kind of see what the lay of the land is and how many people are there. Possibly if they look like they're dangerous, what they're doing, something like that.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Give me an animal handling check.
Okay. $14.
That's good enough. Justice understands what you're asking. He launches himself off of Fenix's shoulder and flies off in the correct direction.
Okay, hopefully he's back in the next 9 minutes or so.
Hopefully.
I don't want to dump another spell.
Less than a minute later, he comes back and lands on Fenix's shoulder.
Hey, buddy, what did you see?
People!
Okay, how many?
Lots!
You know what numbers are?
Yes.
How many were there number-wise?
Lots.
Okay.
Math is hard.
There were 5 standing and lots
Okay.
lying down.
Okay. 5 standing, okay. What did it look like they were doing?
Saying, shoo, get out of here.
I know that's what I'd tell a bird buzzing around me.
What were they doing before you got too close?
Saying, shoo, get out of here. But the thing they were waving at wasn't moving.
What?
They weren't waving at him.
What do you mean it wasn't moving?
There was something in the middle of all the people laying down. Don't know what it was.
They're
Never seen
moving
it
them.
before.
They're moving their hands around something that's laying down.
Okay. Did they look
So-
dangerous?
Didn't have large sticks.
Did they have any metal, like swords?
Nope.
Were they human?
Probably.
Did they look like, and I point to Ari, did they look like him?
Yes.
Okay, so they're human. Cool. Possibly half elf at the most.
Yeah.
All right. We could probably approach the crater, maybe stealth and try to just peek down, just get a closer look for ourselves.
Probably. I thank Justice for his hard work.
Thank you for your service, Justice.
That's what you hear. And Kenny
Justice appears to be slightly happier. He was
Can
useful
just-
for something.
scratch him under
Who's-
the beak. Goodbye.
Who's the most stealthy? Probably you, Vex.
Yeah, probably.
Oh. I could make a human or an elf or a dwarf invisible to help.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I think
if you're approaching in this crater, you will have no cover.
Yeah.
we definitely need somebody who's stealthy and can get there and closer.
And someone who can
Well,
throw a wagon.
If
What
you
up?
want,
Yeah,
I've
throw a
got-
wagon down the crater.
question. So, invisibility, does that mean I don't have to do a stealth check? They just can't see me? Or do I get, like, advantage on stealth check? Is that what that is?
Usually it's advantage on the stealth checks.
Right, okay.
I
could
can
still see
tell
you.
you.
Yeah.
An invisible creature is impossible to see without the age of magic or a special sense.
True
For the
sight and
purpose of
such.
hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. So not impossible to notice, but heavily obscured. The creature's
Right.
location can be detected by any noise it makes or any tracks it leaves.
Obfuscate.
Yes. Any attack rolls against the creature have disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have advantage.
Okay.
So if they're watching you, if they were watching you approach, they might see footsteps in the dirt of the crater.
But
And
if
they
they
might-
don't know I'm there, they might not see them at all.
Right. Yeah, so I would still attempt to stealth while invisible
Okay.
and just see what you can sneak up and hear and see. And if
Sure.
shit goes bad, we should hear the sounds of combat and we'll come running.
We send in the buddy.
And
Throw
the
it on me,
wagon.
big guy.
All right. Dominus Ominous.
I got the George Carlin joke.
That's a concentration. It'll last for an hour or until he makes an attack roll.
So I would like to stealth my way down the crater.
Okay, you do so.
Okay.
The crater is quite large. It is maybe up to, like, it could even be a mile in diameter. You're not
huge.
entirely sure. It remember, it covered the majority of the town proper. So as you get closer, you can make out the people a bit more. They are gathered around a significantly large pile of, you hope they're corpses, because if they're still alive, they're not in very good shape at all. There are 5 men, or close enough, standing evenly spaced around this pile. They are all wearing robes and gesticulating wildly with their arms. They appear to be involved in some kind of ritual. One of them, and they all have an amulet that's glowing on the outside of their robes. And one of them, who is sporting a magnificent long white beard, sort of like a Dumbledore or a Gandalf type thing, has a robe that is covered in pictures of eyes. And they're definitely chanting something, but you can't tell what it is.
So it's not common, undercommon, conic, or elvish.
It's something arcane of nature. You don't know what.
Okay.
Spellcasting always sounds different no matter what language you're in. Unless you know the language, you're never going to know. Yeah, you wouldn't know what it is.
And even if you know the language, you might not identify any key things in the spell unless you were a trained wizard.
Okay. How long has it taken me to get here?
It hasn't been an hour yet. You had a straight run. You didn't have to go around anything. At this point, you're maybe about 200 feet away.
From us?
Can I
From the casters.
Oh,
Justice mentioned something in the middle. Can I see that from where I am?
Yes. The bodies seem to be forming the border around it, like they are part of the structure, or they are the structure itself. Some of the bodies are contorted in very unnatural ways. There are bends where there shouldn't be bends. One body is sort of moving into another. You can see things that you really don't wish you had seen. There's a few races represented. You think you can make out a gnoll or two in this pile. There's definitely some orcs mixed in there as well. And the thing in the middle is a solid black. It's not black like they painted it black. It's black like there's nothing there. It's not in shadow. It's just nothing.
Okay.
And you can feel the hairs on the back of your neck standing up.
Jesus. Okay. Right. Is there anything else around them, other than obviously bodies?
Nope.
Nothing else. Can I head back up and relay this information?
You most certainly can. You know what? Give me a stealth check.
Okay. So with
I could've
advantage?
done that. It would be with advantage. Yes.
That is a stealth is +5, 21.
One of the chanters stops for a moment and looks around. And then the one with the large beard and the robe of eyeballs just goes, "Hey!" And the guy who's looking around looks back and goes back to his work.
Okay. I head back up.
I rolled a natural 20, by the way. But I didn't roll it for the guy in charge.
Thank God.
Okay, so you make it back up and you reveal the information that you've acquired.
Based on what he says, can I make an Arcana check to decipher what they are doing?
Sure.
The eyeballs part is interesting to me.
Yes, I've got that written down and underlined.
Okay, so that is a total of, where's my +8? 25.
You believe that they are attempting some kind of summoning ritual. And based on the fact that they are using bodies either for building the conduit or as some type of sacrifice, you're not entirely sure if it's one, the other, or both. This summoning involves the lower planes.
Demons or devils.
Great, the 9 hells.
Either one. Or the
Or the
abyss.
abyss.
Take your pick. Yeah.
Either way, it's not nice.
No, it's not. They're up to no good.
Could also be southern Texas.
Accurate.
But only in July.
Yes, that's what I was actually thinking of. Where insects die of heat exhaustion.
Yes.
Or so
It's
I am
only in
told
July.
from friends that live in Texas.
July. I lived in Texas for a couple of years, July and August.
We can't let them finish this ritual.
No.
No, I have something I think that will help disrupt it quite handily.
A wagon?
No, why the fireball?
I was drinking my coffee when you said that. I almost spewed coffee all over my rulebook. Logan,
not expect that.
Wagon.
Logan, Fenix already has a point of inspiration, doesn't he?
No.
If we lit,
I'm sure he does.
if we
I don't
lit
think
the
you've ever
wagon
used
on
it.
fire,
and we attached some of the gnomish brew or whatever to attach to it.
You didn't buy any. You didn't stop to buy any.
yeah,
Yes.
You
Yeah, no,
mentioned it.
he bought some.
You mentioned
didn't buy
that
them?
he should get some, but you never said,
didn't
"Okay, I'm going
actually
to
do
go find
it.
the innkeeper and buy some." So no, you
Rats.
didn't come prepared. You are not.
I got something better. Yes, I am. I got parts of a wagon in my inventory.
but so Logan, seriously,
Kamikaze
make sure
wagon.
Fenix has a point of inspiration because you almost made me spew my coffee all over my rulebook. And if that isn't worth a point of inspiration, I don't know what is.
Nothing is if that isn't.
So what does that do? How do I do
Basically,
that?
what inspiration means, and I think at this point you all have a point of inspiration that you can burn.
yes.
I got a new one earlier.
Yeah, and Punk got one back the same game that he used his.
Yeah.
Basically, what that means is if you have an attack roll or a saving throw that doesn't go your way, you may use that point of inspiration to re-roll.
It works on ability checks as well, doesn't it?
I believe it
yes.
does.
Yes, I think it does. Not for damage rolls, but for pretty much
Yeah.
anything other than damage rolls.
D20
Pretty much anything you
rolls.
roll a d20 for, you can get the reroll. It's just a d20 though, so it's
So
not
Ari-
damage or
Ari, what's
What?
your plan?
sneak up and use a fireball at them. Honestly, they're up to no good.
Yeah.
Summoning
Okay.
demons is, beyond not good.
And then we throw a wagon and we send Buddy in
And then Shepard kills them all.
and say, Buddy, smash.
And she
Everyone
just...
give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
There you go. Okay.
16.
18. I see a wagon.
You do actually see a wagon.
8.
18 and 8.
I'm clearly more concerned about this demon summoning ritual that's going on.
I think that was 3 perception checks.
I 16 for me.
And 18.
What was Punk's?
12.
Okay. Someone rolled an 18, didn't they?
Me too. Me.
Okay. You think you see something coming out of this portal thing. It hasn't come through very far. You can't tell what it is, but it's like there's a shape coming through out of the blackness.
Can I move up? No, wait, no.
This portal is down at the bottom of the crater, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's about
Okay.
a half mile away
Take your sword and
Okay.
run away.
because the crater is about a
Fireball.
mile in diameter.
Here's the thing: that's a half mile is 2,000 feet. If we stealth, we're never going to get there in time.
I can throw something at
I
it.
would be the only one that would get there in time because I
Yeah.
move at normal speed.
You can't throw something half a mile away, Fenix. I'm sorry, you're not that
Oh,
strong.
My strength. You don't know what you
The
can-
wagon that you've seen has 4 wheels. It's not a 2-wheeled wagon.
Oh, get in and Buddy can run us down there.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we all climb in and ask Buddy to. Hey,
Push.
Buddy.
Hulk smash.
No, buddy, push.
Hey, Buddy.
Wagon ride?
No,
Right.
what we're gonna do is, can you give a big push in this wagon?
Wagon ride. Buddy likes giving wagon rides.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
All right, everybody climb in the wagon.
Okay, Buddy starts pushing the wagon around in a circle.
No,
I
take
don't
us to
know.
the crater.
Ooh, wagon go fast.
Let's go real
Yeah.
fast, Buddy.
Real fast.
And then when we get there, Buddy, we got some things for you to smash.
Ooh. Okay, so he goes up to the edge of the crater. He doesn't even slow down. He's running as fast as he can. Everyone, give me a dex save.
Oh no. I saw this coming.
I'm going to pull one of my
I'm gonna let it be.
portents.
I'm gonna let it be an acrobatics check if you want it to be.
Oh, even better.
I'm definitely going to pull one of my portents. I am not risking losing this one.
19.
I rolled a. Where's my save?
What's my portents? Oh, there it
Oh
is.
no.
18
take my
for
19.
myself. And Shepard rolled an 18.
I'm going to take my
dice. Be good tonight.
I'm going to take my 19 and turn that into a 22 from my +3 acrobatics.
Now I heard Fenix go, "Oh no, Fenix."
I want to take my 2 and turn it into a 0.
Oh no.
Use your inspiration.
Use
your
your
Inspiration!
Reroll, reroll.
Five.
It's better than a
That's
zero.
0.
It's better than a 0, but
Still
this
probably not going to hit
wagon-
the DC.
this wagon has seen better days. It's not a very gentle ride, and Buddy is pushing it really fast. So, as you go over the slightly uneven ground for this crater, there's a bump, and most of you are able to hold on for it, but Fenix bounces up over Buddy's head and then down to the ground. Oh, that's fortunate. You took 1 point of falling damage.
And as we shoot on, I say, "We'll see you later."
Oh, Fenix hasn't stopped moving. He's still sliding down the side of the crater
Sliding down the side of the crater. He's rolling.
on his back. Because you were going at considerable speed when you bounced out.
Yeah.
It's not the most gentle of rides. It's less gentle than the people in the wagon are enjoying. but you are still making some progress. Because remember, there's loose dirt over the rock here.
Is Ari able to start up his fireball process heading into the crater?
Yeah, basically, if I can get within 150 feet of them, I would launch the fireball as soon as I could.
And I'm the same with my bow, because 150 feet is my first
maximum
range.
range.
What I want to do is, as we're coming in, have everybody getting their attacks ready. So
The people in robes have noticed you.
good.
Shocking.
Okay with this.
Crashing the party.
Wait, how?
Quite literally.
What is my distance away from the wagon?
I would say it's about 100 feet in
And
game.
climbing.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
my
in climbing.
god.
You're
Oh my-
moving down the crater, but not at the same speed anymore.
Oh my god. I know what I have to do.
At this point, Buddy, continuously giggling in his deep voice,
Go, buddy, go!
wagon ride, and he jumps into the wagon with you.
Oh god.
Talk about putting on
Yes.
the brakes.
And I just rolled a 5 for his acrobatics check.
He missed.
So he jumps into the wagon, but he puts as he jumps in, he puts his foot up on the edge, and he turns the wagon into a makeshift catapult.
No.
And okay, so
Let me land this.
Vex, you take 4 points of damage from falling.
Oh, can I do like a
Shepard
check
takes
to
3
land it?
points. At this speed, no.
Yeah.
There's no save.
It's not much.
I'm giving
I
you
just-
the save already. I'm rolling half damage.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do my 3-point landing.
Okay, so you're gonna take the damage either way, but you can do an acrobatics check to see if you can do a 3-point landing.
And still lands gracefully with perfect hair.
He's an elf.
Honk takes 3 points,
Yeah.
and Ari takes 1.
That's 16.
Okay, you nail the 3-point landing.
And I get up and use my cloak of billowing.
That's
One
awesome.
one of your teeth sparkle in the sunlight.
Oh,
I'm happy now.
I'm 100 feet away from you.
I suggest
Yes,
you
but
run,
now-
son.
But now everyone is stopped.
Yeah.
Buddy, by the way, as the wagon tipped over and threw all of you out backwards, the wagon tipped all the way over and landed on top of Buddy, who is now on his back, under the wagon, and still sliding towards the bottom of the crater.
Oh my god. Can I keep on pushing myself while sledding?
Well, you can get up and start running. At this point, that would be faster than trying to.
Yeah, I wanna run.
Okay.
I
Buddy-
wanna run to the wagon.
Buddy, by the way, you think you can still hear him chuckling.
Admittedly, that was a bit fun.
Yes.
It wasn't fun for me.
How far away from them are we?
I'd say you got pretty close. Let's speed this up and say you're within 120 feet.
Lock and load.
I
Am I at the wagon yet?
notch and release an arrow.
Fireball.
Yep. Fire and
Back.
hold.
I think at this point it's time for initiative.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Oh my, nice.
Sorry.
Fenix, what was yours?
20.
Punk,
21.
Vex,
22.
Ari.
Also a 21. If it helps her dex, I have a 16.
I rolled a 5 for Buddy,
Go Team Ogre.
so he's on initiative 4.
Oh.
Gonna be on initiative 0.
Yeah, if you roll a 1 for initiative and your dex modifier is -1, does that put you at the top?
I have actually done that before because my cleric has a 0 as a -1 for Dex. I've done that before.
In all honesty, I would count it as a negative initiative, so you'd still be at the bottom. The bottom
Yep.
just keeps. There is no bottom, only Zool. Okay, I gotta roll for the baddies. Hold on. Ooh. I'm
I
not
will.
going to spill details.
He rolled a 1.
No, I have a feeling one's going before us. At least one.
And it's the dragon.
Why do you want another dragon?
Dragon
died
versus
last time.
dragon.
Now, who says it's another dragon?
Oh god. Either way, we almost died last time.
It's a colossus.
And we had help.
We had divine intervention.
Yeah.
I had
It's called
bombs.
That's
But
also called help.
That's not help. That's like literally getting everything handed to you. That was not help.
That was called skill.
That's called I don't want to TPK.
Yep.
Okay, so Vex is at the top of the initiative order.
Nice.
Meow.
Okay. So first off, bonus action Hunter's Mark onto the one that's not the clear boss man.
Can you reach him with that?
There are 4 that seem to all be identical.
No,
in
it's
regards
only-
to rank,
hold on.
and there's one that seems to be ordering the others around wearing a robe with eyes on it.
Okay. So I move my full 30 feet towards them so that I can reach with my Hunter's Mark because it's 90
There you
foot
go.
range. So I'm with a 90 foot Hunter's Mark, one of the smaller ones.
Okay.
And then a shooting arrow. And I'm going before, so I get advantage.
Now, who did you put Hunter's Mark on specifically?
You said there was 4 smaller ones, and then the bigger one. It was one of the 4 smaller ones.
Okay.
And I rolled a 14 plus 7 is 21. To hit.
That would be a hit.
Okay. And he's a humanoid.
Yes.
10 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And Shepard's gonna book his 40 feet towards them. And that's my turn.
Okay. So you're 90 feet away, and Shepard is
Is 8.
80 feet away. Next up is Punk and Ari simultaneously.
I am planning on casting Fireball through the wand.
Yeah. So I know that's coming, so I'll wait and let him do that first.
Okay.
Okay, so Punk is holding his action.
Yes. Yeah.
Ari throws a fireball.
Now, you said there was one wearing a robe of eyes or something, or a robe with eyes?
Yes.
He was not the leader, or he was the leader?
He seems to be the one that's been giving orders to the others.
All right, then we're centering the Fireball on him.
Okay? You're not going to attack the darkness.
No, not this time.
Okay.
The darkness and I now have an understanding.
They're all technically close enough, they're all going to get hit in the blast anyway.
Okay. DC is 15 for their dex saves. All right, we got 5, 10. Oh, I'm using 2 extra charges to get 2 extra D6. 15, 20,
Okay, so
30, 36, 37, 38, 39, 42.
all the smaller ones, technically they're not smaller, but all the ones that don't have the fancy robe on, get thrown backwards from the blast, which is, from how you space it, it's all in a slightly different direction.
Yeah.
And they land as charred husks.
Teach them to summon demons on my watch.
Yeah.
And the one with the robe, with the eyes all over it, his beard is significantly shorter It's not a Gandalf appearance anymore, and there's obvious spots that are still sort of charring and glowing. He looks moderately perturbed.
I would hope so. I know I would be.
One might even say he is upset.
Could I take my action next, or do I have to wait now till the end?
No, if you choose to hold your action, you may take it whenever you feel you want to in the initiative order.
What I'd like to do is lift the wagon off of Buddy.
Okay. That would be an athletics check.
Okay. +5. Uh, 11.
Okay, so you managed to lift it, but Buddy's kind of big, and the wagon's kind of big, and you're kind of small.
Yeah.
However, when you start lifting it up, Buddy kind of gets the idea, so he tries to lift it too.
That's what I was hoping.
I rolled a 1
Oh,
for his athletics check.
oh no!
So the literally the strongest member of the party goes to lift the wagon and manages to punch both of his arms through the bottom of the wagon, and now they're just sticking up through the wagon bottom. And he's kind of just waving, "Hello."
Because what I was hoping is that we could use it as a shield until maybe Fenix could come over and then just throw it.
Well, it's the wagon. It looks like these holes are small enough that he has not compromised the structural integrity of the wagon. It's just that there's like one plank that's been pushed out.
Gotcha. Because if Fenix still wants to throw it, that's still an option.
I'm throwing the wagon.
Awesome.
Okay. So that would mean Ponk is still about 120 feet away from the action. Because you didn't use any movement. Well, unless you want to say, okay, enough of the wagon and start running towards them. You could do that too.
Matt, you can only do a fireball, once every...
Well, the wand is usable based on the number of charges.
Okay.
So it has a total of 7. I used 3. I've got 4 left. I probably won't do more than another one. If I do another one, we only got... Basically, we're down to a single target at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't plan on using that again.
Because I don't want to go charging in if they're going to be using ranged attacks, so...
I don't plan on doing that. I'm going to do single target strikes from here on out if he's the only one left. Unless something else pops up, I won't be throwing another fireball.
So for now, I'm just going to stay where I'm...
Okay, so you're staying at 120 feet away.
Yes, yeah.
All right. And so is Ari.
Yeah.
That is one problem with Theater of the Mind. You don't just have people down on a map to count spaces. Okay,
Good
so
questions.
Fenix, you're up. I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, that you are currently also 120 feet away.
Alright, so I'm right next to the wagon, right?
You've caught up. You are next to the wagon, yes. But the wagon itself is 120 feet away from the action.
Alright, so, football?
No, I don't know football.
Can I kick the wagon?
The wagon is currently being used as a hat by an ogre.
What?
Yeah. He tried to take it off and he put his hands through it instead.
Yeah, so the ogre is still under the wagon, and it's upside down.
I'm gonna pick up the wagon and throw it.
Okay. You know that you don't have the strength to throw the wagon 120 feet. That is beyond even your mighty skill. You could pick the wagon up and turn it over.
Push it.
Can I walk with the wagon?
You could run
You can
with
push
the
it.
wagon if you
Yeah,
wanted
you
to.
can push it.
I'm gonna pick up the wagon and run to
Okay,
them.
give me an athletics check
Athletics check to...
to flip the wagon.
Okay.
To help remove it from the ogre, who's currently using it as a hat.
Or a blanket.
17?
We'll now
That is
call him.
enough. You flip the wagon back upright. At this
Pick it
point,
up.
Buddy is still waving at the sky. Did anyone remove
Alright.
the arrow from the back of his head, or is it still sticking out?
No, it's still
It's
there.
still-
No, I'm leaving it there as a control device.
It's a joystick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the wagon.
Okay, so the arrow might have actually been pushed further into his head at this point. He did land on his back. So you have flipped the wagon
my fault.
successfully, and I'm assuming you're going to push it down the crater more?
Oh, I was thinking about picking it up and walking all the way to the.
You're going
thing
to
with
pick it up and carry it over your head?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you do that, but you'll be moving at half speed.
Yeah.
Which
15
means
feet.
you'll only go 15 feet. That
I'm
means
going
you
to-
will end your turn at 105 feet away. Vex and Shepard will get there long before you do.
I'm gonna reenact Attack on Titan.
Okay, so you are slowly stumbling forward with the wagon over your head. All right, you're 105 feet away.
Yay.
What a game. I love this game. I really do love Dungeons and Dragons, and I enjoy our evenings together. So, with that said, next up in the initiative order is whatever's coming out of the portal. It finishes rising through the portal and looks at it. Doesn't even turn and look at the guy with the robe on. It just looks at you. Give me a wisdom save, DC 14.
– 17.
15 for me. Shepard got a 21.
Shepard doesn't have to roll.
What do you need to roll again?
Actually, no, Shepard does have to roll. I'm wrong.
Shepard got a 21.
Okay. Fenix, what did you get?
What do you need to roll again? Forget.
You're rolling and adding your wisdom modifier. You need to get a 14 or higher.
God.
Has anyone gotten less than a 14?
Buddy.
No. Buddy? Yeah, buddy.
But Buddy is still laying on his back, waving at the sky. So he is currently unaffected.
16. Thought I had
Okay,
a
so everyone made their save?
Yes.
Oh no, that's a 17 then.
So yes.
Okay, everyone made their save. The guy with the robe on starts screaming and covering his eyes. And babbling incoherently.
The eyes on his robe or his real eyes?
His real eyes, but it doesn't
Okay.
seem like... it doesn't seem like he's in full control of his senses right now.
Gotcha.
How do I put this? Vex.
Hi.
The being in front of you is wearing a shroud made of various chains. So many chains that you can't tell what kind of clothing they're wearing underneath it. Their clothing might as well be made of chains. But the figure that you see through the chains looks very familiar to you. You see Kayla.
Son of
Now, Punk,
He has no friends.
you see Snegbit.
Ugh.
Same situation, but instead of Kayla, you see Snegbit.
Mm.
And you see nothing that indicates that you're seeing anyone other than that, or anyone else is seeing something else.
Gotcha.
Ari, you see your mom.
Aww. I don't like her very much.
She's looking not very happy with you.
Oh, well, then that's normal.
Yes. You are recalling moments when you were caught doing something that you shouldn't have been doing, and she was particularly cross with you.
Oh.
Fortunately, you saved your wisdom saving throw, and you're remembering that you're not actually 5 years old anymore. Fenix, you see your dad.
Mr. Wagon.
Your dad is not Mr. Wagon. And one moment, I have a cat attacking my Dungeon Master screen.
Goddamn cats.
Battle stations.
I love him. He's adorable. But he does add he has me DMing at disadvantage. I've already used my point of inspiration.
Roll a 1.
Well, I have a small cat toy that I threw off to the side, but he followed it and then came back without it. Sometimes I can play fetch with him, but at this point he's looking at the dice thinking that they're fun. That's not going to end well. All right, so it steps out of the portal and it starts walking towards you. And where's its movement? Okay, there's its movement. It moves 30 feet. So I've written down all of your actual distances from this thing. Okay. That's the end of its turn. The last remaining caster is still babbling incoherently. And waving his arms frantically in front of him. Buddy uses his turn to use his hands to cover up the sun, then uncover it, then cover up the sun, then uncover it. He's having a grand old time.
Ah, to be, buddy.
Truly, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
That arrow has
Obviously.
done some work.
Assuming the arrow hit its target. Vex, it's your turn. You're 60 feet away.
So I know this isn't really Kayla.
Do you? Your player knows.
Can I do a wisdom check to see if I know? See if Vex knows?
Sure.
$16.
It's not that you know, it's that you don't want it to be true.
Okay.
Because while the being in front of you is showing every sign that it's Kayla, if you had to paint a portrait of Kayla, this would be what she looks like, minus the chains. She has a look of remorse on her face, a look of helplessness. Like there's something going on and she needs you to help her. But the whole situation about this feels incredibly rotten to you.
I moved my hunter's mark to it if it connects.
Well, the person you previously hunted marked is currently a pile of charcoal from the previous turn.
That's my fault. I did that.
That's a good thing. That allows me to move it.
Ari's going left to right, destroying everything in his path. Sorry, excuse me. I'll pay for that.
I can't move it. I can't move it as long as they're alive. Now they're dead, I can move it. So
Kayla now
Excellent.
has a giant arrow floating above her head, sort of bobbing up and down a little bit.
okay. I take a shot. It's not had a turn yet. I know it has, hasn't it?
No, it did, yeah.
It
Yeah,
did.
it's top of the initiative order. It's your turn.
That's a 17. No, 20 to hit.
A 20 will hit it.
Okay. Four plus 5 is 9, plus 3 is 12. It's not a humanoid, so 12 points of piercing.
Okay.
And I want Shepherd to move within 40 feet of it. It's not his full movement, but I want him to move within 40 feet of it.
So 40 feet away or closer than that?
40 feet away from the creature.
Okay. The arrow does connect, but you don't think the arrow did as much damage as it should have done.
I need a magical longbow, goddammit.
Okay. Next up in the initiative order is our tag team of Ari and Panq.
May I make a knowledge roll to determine what this is they summoned?
For you, I would say have that be an Arcana check.
Okay.
I know that's pretty much like asking you to identify water based on
Yeah.
it's wet.
Yeah, I know, but I'm playing by the book. And that is a 17 plus 8 goes to 25.
Suffice to say, you've never seen one of these before. But you are fairly certain it is some creature from the lower planes, more likely from the Nine Hells as opposed to the Abyss.
Okay, which means it's probably a devil as opposed to a demon.
You don't think it's a greater devil. You think it might be one of the lower ranking ones, but not like cannon fodder level.
A soldier nonetheless, but a lieutenant rather than a private.
Maybe a guard.
Guard. Okay, all right. So even lower than I thought. The appearance of my mother, is that some sort of... Can I detect or tell the magic that's being used by it? Is it more of a transmutation? Since I don't know what anybody else sees, can I tell if that's transmutation versus illusion? Or would that knowledge check be enough to know what he does with that?
You think it might be some kind of illusion.
Okay. Then he will
That's
kind
what
of...
you hope, because otherwise your mom is dead and working for devils.
Yeah. Well, that could be possible.
Or maybe she's alive and working for devils.
That is also possible.
She's had her moments.
Then Ari will kind of quickly shout out, whatever it's doing is illusion. Don't be fooled by whatever face it gives you. Shoot it till it's dead. Or stab it with swords. And with that, does my check let me know if it has any, like, devils and demons generally don't, fire is not a really good trick for that, but do I know if it has any other things like resistance to electricity, cold, something else, anything
Poison.
else? Poison?
Fire and poison tend to be the things that devils kind of shrug off.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
It's resistant to a lot of things.
Yeah.
But fire and poison, it eats that for breakfast. It literally eats poison that is on fire for breakfast.
Yep. So, not good. Vex? No, sorry. Fenix, don't bother breathing fire on it. Get your sword into play and stab the heck out of it.
Oh, I don't have I have something way better than the sword.
Yeah, that wagon. I would hit it once, but get your sword into play ASAP. All right. Then I'm going to try my snowball swarm. Since nobody's within 10 feet of it, I will try to blast him with the snowball swarm. Unless the guy with the blue the eye robe is also within 10 feet of it.
He's not, because this creature used its movement.
Okay, so he moved
It's
past that
coming
guy.
towards
All right, yeah, then we'll snowball the chain thingy, devilish thing. Don't have to try to give away its name.
I knew what it was the second he said.
I did too, but I'm trying to.
Yep, I'm the same.
Trying to keep it within the rules. All right, so
I'm
three-
trying not to metagame.
That's why I
I
asked for
didn't know
that
what it
wisdom check. That's why I asked for the wisdom check.
Yeah, well, that's why I rolled for the Arcana check. All right, we have 13 cold damage. He gets a dex save, and half on a successful save, of course.
What's the dex save again?
15.
He does not make it.
All right.
And you said How many
Fifth,
points?
8 and 5. 13. Sorry, my dice
13.
are still sitting. 13 cold.
Okay. Your mother catches a snowflake on her tongue and continues to move towards you.
I didn't think that would bother it, but
It took some damage from that, but it is not bloodied yet. Ponk, it's your turn.
Okay. So I see what I think is Snegbit. But I now see it get hit with the snowballs.
You
Yes.
saw Snegbit get shot with an arrow and then get hit by a multitude of snowballs. You also heard a warning that it's a trick.
Okay. And there's also the guy with the rope, the eyeballs.
yeah, but he's farther away, I think, from the devil.
He's still 120 feet away from you.
Okay.
Right. The devil moved closer to us.
Okay. What I want to do is I'm going to rage with a gnomish battle cry and start running or start charging at the robed guy. I know I can't
Okay.
get to him in this turn, but
How many feet do you move? Is that a double movement?
yeah, I think so. Let me take a look at raging.
I think you can move double move.
Let's see. Doesn't say anything.
Your
about-
move is 25 feet, so if you double move, you'll go 50 feet.
Yeah, so I still won't get to him in this turn, but I'm. Rah! So basically, my turn is charging at that guy.
Okay, so basically you catch up to Shepard. You're both 40 feet away.
From the guy with the robes, not from the demon, not from the
Yeah,
devil.
yeah,
No,
yeah, I'm
from
going
the
after the guy
devil,
with
from
the
the
robes.
Yeah.
Guy with
But-
the robe seems to, for all intents and purposes, he's out of the initiative order at this point.
Hopefully, he'll soon be out of hit points.
He's close to that. He's bloodied.
That
So-
fireball hurt him.
Yeah, he was bloodied by a fireball, so I guess you could say he's charred. Okay. The devil uses its movement. Okay, it is now 10 feet from Shepard and Ponk. And that puts it in attack range. It swings out with its chains. Honk, does a 21 hit you?
It most certainly does.
Okay. What's Shepard's AC?
15.
Ah, just misses. With the bonus to hit, it was a 14. So, one chain flies out and goes over Shepard's head, narrowly missing him. But the other chain that was coming from the other direction comes over and hits Ponk and wraps around him.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Oh no.
So you are going to take. Now you are raging. You said.
Yes, I take
So
half,
You're
whatever
going to take
it is.
half of this.
Yeah.
That means if I divide this in half, you take 5 slashing damage from the chain hitting you. I've already rounded that down.
Okay.
And you are going to take. No, you don't take that damage yet. But
Something's coming.
something's coming.
Yet.
Give me a acrobatics dexterity save.
Okay. Which one?
Acrobatics.
Oh, to add my
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what?
If you don't
Add
have
my.
acrobatics, it's dexterity.
So if I have a +2 in dexterity and a +2 in acrobatics, I'm adding a 4 to it then?
Correct.
Okay. 20. Not natural, but just 20.
Okay, so the chain hits you, but you manage to duck and sort of shrug it over your shoulder a little bit, so it keeps flying through the air. You're cut up a bit, but it did not actually grapple you.
Okay,
You
awesome.
lucked out. Okay. Colt's turn, he screams a bit more. Buddy's turn.
Go, buddy.
I rolled a 2 for him, so I'm gonna say he is now he's decided to count his fingers, but he's counting 1, 8, 4,
3, sire.
5.
I think we have a new plaything from Meepo.
Fish. Wagon. 8. He's holding up a different finger for each thing he says.
Wait, did I do my turn yet?
No.
We skipped Fenix. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. What would you like to do, Fenix?
How close am I?
You are, at this point, you are 45 feet away.
So I'm
That's
gonna
including
move.
the Devil's Turn, which went before you by accident.
I'm gonna move up, so which is 30 feet.
Okay, now
You've still
you are
got the
carrying
wagon.
a wagon over your head.
Yes.
You can only move 15 feet at a time if you're going to continue holding it over your head.
Which is 30 feet.
If he double moves.
Okay, so you're going to double move carrying the wagon.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say give me another athletics check because you are trying to carry a wagon that weighs maybe about as much as you.
Oh, athletics check.
Yes.
Okay.
I know that's right up your alley.
Let's see, 25.
Yeah. Okay, so you are managing to double move carrying a wagon over your head. You are now 15 feet from this thing.
Can I throw it? Did I?
No, not.
Yeah,
You used your
okay.
action to move, so at the start of your next turn, you can throw it,
Yes.
which will be soon. Okay, so start of the initiative again. We're at to Vex.
Okay. How far away am I?
You are 30 feet away, and Shepard is 10.
I am 30 feet away, Shepard is 10. I would like to use the bag of tricks as a bonus action.
Whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks.
And I pull out a giant goat.
You have a giant goat in front of you,
Okay.
and my cat is shocked.
It's not helpful, but we have it. Okay. I would then, as my action, like to shoot another arrow. That's
Okay.
7.
I'm just gonna chime in and say that in D&D Beyond, the stats for giant goat, it has a graphic. The graphic is not of a goat. That is not a goat. But in any case, what were you rolling for to hit?
Is 17 to hit?
That hits.
Okay. 9 plus 3 is 12 points of piercing. I want to back up. I want to back up 30 feet. With Vex. Right, does this goat get to do something this turn, or?
It can. It is currently 30 feet away
The
from the demon.
goat's
Devil.
movement is. It's 40 feet.
Yeah, so it can move all the way there.
So it's going to charge. Because
it does have
if it.
charge as an attack. If the goat moves at least 20 feet straight towards a target, then hits it with a ram attack on the same turn, the target
Yep.
takes an additional 2d4 bludgeoning damage.
Yep, so that's what it's going to do. Okay, so that's a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
So that's 4d4 I roll.
And I need to roll a DC 13 strength saving throw.
11.
That is
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
okay, that is noted.
And
it
DC 13.
It got a 5 for its strength saving throw because it has a +4 to strength.
So you rolled a natural 1. So it's knocked prone.
You see Kayla fall flat on her butt.
Shepherd goes in for an attack,
He's attacking a prone target.
so it has advantage. But he would have had advantage anyway because the goat's next to him. That is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
So that's 6 plus that's 11 points of piercing damage.
Noted.
And that's my turn.
So, you see Kayla laying on her back, getting horribly bitten by a wolf, while a goat is stomping on her. It is not the most pleasant thing you have seen in your lifetime.
No, but
In your mind, you're saying it's not her, it's not her,
Yeah.
it's not her. But at the same time, this is not an image that you care to see.
in his mind he's just saying, "She's in Morning Lord. She's in Morning Lord. It's not her. It's not her."
Okay, and you move 30 feet away as your movement, correct?
Yes.
So you're back to 60 feet away. Okay. Panqarim, it's your turn.
I'll let the artillery go first.
Yeah, you're 10 feet away. Ari is
so I wouldn't
50
really
feet
care.
away.
All right. Matt, anything you want to shoot at first?
Bear in mind, Shepherd is right on top of him.
Well, we still have the robed guy.
The robed guy is babbling incoherently. He's not a threat right now.
I'm going to kill him anyway.
So remember when I had you all roll wisdom saving throws?
Yeah.
He didn't pass.
So he's babbling incoherently and is not a threat right now.
He sees something he doesn't want to see.
Okay. Well, Ponk is still going to... he's now able to attack him. He's like 10 feet away from him.
You're 10 feet away, so you could easily use your movement and hit.
Okay. He's going to swing at him with the can opener. So let's see.
Sorry, I had pumped mute.
That's okay. Did you want to shoot anything first before I start smashing away?
I just, I do, but it's not gonna. I just need to know how far away I am. It's
You're
not going to
50
be
feet
an
away.
area. 50. Okay, it's not going to be an area effect. I'm going to magic missile him. So magic
Don't
missile.
kill my dog.
Yeah. No, it's magic missile doesn't miss.
Yeah, it's an automatic hit.
I'm just saying, don't kill my dog.
If it was 3/4 cover, he'd still get an insta hit.
Yeah.
If Shepard was providing 3/4 cover with his body, it would be an insta hit.
Yeah. All right, 4, 2, and 1. So that is 7 points force damage. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot to add 1 on each die. So that's 3. That's 10 points force damage.
And the devil feels all of that
Yes!
because he is not immune to magic attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, Fenix, you are 15 feet away.
Oh, hold on. Punk didn't get his attack
Oh.
yet.
Yeah, that's right. You were holding your action.
Huh.
Yeah.
So,
Punk was going after the guy in the robes, right?
You're taking a
Yes.
swing.
Yeah.
Okay.
wait, you're going after the guy with the robes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's several moves away from you still.
I thought I was 10 feet from him.
No, you're
No,
10
I
feet
said
from
I-
the devil.
From the
All right,
devil,
'cause
not
I'm
from
Machine
the.
devil.
All right, because I originally said I'm charging toward the guy in the room, so I'm still
Okay,
not to him
well,
yet.
you are 10 feet away from Snegbit, wrapped in chains, getting attacked by a wolf, you will have to walk past him or charge past
That's
him to
fine.
get to the guy in the robes.
Yeah, that's why I said I was ignoring him, and I was always going after the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go around him easily.
Well, you can try.
He has knocked prone right now.
He is knocked prone.
Yeah.
But he still gets an attack of opportunity.
The devil or the guy in the robes?
The devil.
The devil.
I don't care
but
about the
as he is
devil. I'm
prone-
going
Yes,
after
but
the
you
guy
need
in
to
the
walk.
robes.
Yeah, but you need to walk past him.
Right.
I know, I get that, but what I'm
I've-
saying is how far the robes?
Yeah, but what we're trying to say is if you go around him, if you go straight past him, he'll get a free swing at you. Does Punk
Yeah,
care?
he just got the free swing. I
Yeah.
had to roll disadvantage because he's prone, and
Yeah.
that meant he got a 9.
Okay,
Okay.
that'll miss.
Yeah, I AC, so.
You basically pretend you're jumping rope when he swings the chains at you.
Yeah.
Whoop.
I mean, I get it, but Punk is raging. He's pissed.
Yeah.
Not the wisest thing to do, but that's what he's doing. So.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I was rolling while you were arguing, because I knew that Ponk was going to do that anyway. So,
Okay.
okay, well, I'll
Yeah.
just roll for this attack.
Okay.
I'm beginning to understand character motivations. Okay, so your next turn, you'll be at the guy with the ropes,
Good.
with the opportunity to attack him at the same time. 'Cause I'm assuming that this time was a double movement again. Okay, so Fenix, you are 15 feet away from your dad, wrapped in chains, getting attacked by a large wolf, and getting kicked in the head by an angry goat.
And where's the devil? Is that the devil?
Well, you've been told that there's a trick involved, but you never stopped seeing your dad. The devil looks like your dad.
If I throw the wagon, is it gonna hurt anyone around me?
It'll land on Shepard.
It won't kill Shepard.
Shepard doesn't have a lot of health, so it might.
The wagon was big enough to cover an ogre.
Is there any other baddies near me?
No.
I'm gonna wait my turn.
Okay, you hold your turn. So you're just gonna stand there with the wagon in your hand.
Yes, I am.
And I'm not pointing this out, trying to ridicule in any way. I am 100% behind this situation. I am thrilled with your decision to stand there going, wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. It is the devil's turn. It stands back up again. And there are two things that are currently causing it more trouble than anything else. And that would be the things that are trying to do bodily harm to it right now. The die rolls were a 3 and a 4. It's plus to attack. I have to keep switching between tabs. Is a +8, and which does hit the goat.
Does hit the goat.
Okay. So the goat takes 13 points of damage.
Surprisingly still alive.
Yeah, the goat is still kicking.
Surprisingly.
But I have to roll a save. The chain goes around and wraps the goat up. It falls over. And bleats plaintively.
Oh. Oh well.
It did its job.
Stu here.
The cultist is babbling a bit less. Buddy stands up and, where did everybody go? He looks around and starts lumbering towards the rest of the party. Vex, it's your turn.
Okay. Is there a save for me to get the goat out?
you would have to use your full movement to get to where the goat is.
Oh, so I'd actually have to get the goat out myself. Okay,
Yeah.
not just like break out.
Well, the goat tried to make a save. It can make it again on its turn if it survives.
Okay.
Which is actually this turn, but
Yeah.
I'm going to let you act first. Unless you want the goat to act first, I can do that.
I wanted the goat to act first. Oh, because that would take up its full action anyway, wouldn't it? To break out of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. It starts the turn taking damage. It's dead.
It took 6 damage? Oh.
It took 7.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay then.
It goes because it was magically summoned anyway. It was never actually a goat. It was the essence of a goat.
Okay. How far away am I again? 60 feet?
Yes.
I'll move in another 20. Bonus action bag of tricks.
You're doing the hokey pokey.
Bonus action bag of tricks. Pull out another pet. This time it's a brown bear. That was an 8. Right. So, Mr. Brown Bear, what's your movement? 40. It's gonna book it in the 40 feet. And take its multi-attack, bite and claw.
Okay. Give me some attack rolls.
So the first one's a 23.
That's a hit.
And for the claw, it's a 19.
That's a hit. Give me some damage.
Okay, so for the bite, that's 11 points of piercing.
It takes 5.
And the claw, 13 points of slashing.
It takes 6.
I'll shoot my bow. That is a 21 to hit.
That's hit.
Ooh, it's a lot. 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 3 is 14 points of piercing.
It takes 7.
Shepherd will go in for another bite. Oh, they're not gonna hit. That's a 9 to hit.
I can use a reaction to give him a 14.
A 14 will not hit.
14 does
Well,
not
no,
hit either.
that turns the die roll into a 14.
Oh,
Oh,
14
plus
would go up
hit.
to a 19 then.
That's a hit.
All right, I'll use that then.
You are wonderful.
That's
So
my diviner.
6 plus... What is it for Shepherd? 6 plus 5 is 11 points of piercing, and it needs to do a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
I don't get too many reactions. That's one of them.
It fails its save again. That was a 5 on the die. Okay, so it just got back up again. It gets knocked down. It gets up again.
And that's my turn.
No. Some DMs wouldn't point this out. But I
Okay.
would point out that Shepherd still has a move available, and there is a large Dragonborn holding a wagon very
Oh, there is.
standing.
Shepherd backs up. Shepherd books it. Shepherd backs up 20 feet.
You just say, here boy, here boy. And Shepherd backs up.
Wait,
now-
I waited my turn so I can go after them, right?
I'll rule it as yes. Yes, you could act now. That would be your act for this turn. So you would normally be going after Ponk and Ari, but because you were holding your turn, you're going before them this time. So I'll accept that. So I'm assuming you're going to make a improvised weapon attack roll.
Yes. Let's throw the wagon at my father.
This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Yep.
Throw that wagon.
Throw the wagon.
Oh.
Favorite game show. Throw the wagon.
Wait, so what am I? Am I rolling just a regular attack though?
Roll a ranged attack. So add your dex bonus.
Does a 16 work?
A 16 just hits. Okay, so give me 2d10 for your damage.
Hold on. Okay. 8,
Okay.
7.
Okay, this thing is now under a pile of rubble that was once a wagon. One of the wheels just sort of slowly rolls down towards the middle of the crater, wobbling a little bit.
And a bunch of trees just come out of it.
Okay, so next up would be Panq, who I'm assuming you're going to go after the cultist.
Yes.
Okay,
Swinging it.
and Ari is also acting at the same time. So the cultist seems to be getting his act together a little bit. He's sort of shrugging it off, but he sees you coming. But it is your turn to act, not his.
I'm swinging at him with opener. The 17 hit him.
Very much so.
All right. And then it's 3. 5 damage. And I
Okay.
believe I get a bonus attack because I'm raging.
Sure.
So I'm going to swing at him again. 14 hit him.
14... Yeah, that hits.
All right.
His AC is 13.
Okay. And another 5 points of damage.
Okay, so you give him a 1-2 with the can opener. And he is sort of wobbling on his feet. You have knocked the wind out of him a little bit.
Good.
He still seems to be slightly on fire.
I don't want him to start talking or anything. So that's when he'll be trouble.
Well, he does get to go this turn.
Oh, I know.
Ari, you're up. You are 50 feet away from a pile of rubble that seems to be moving a little bit.
All right. Can I need to see my target for magic missile. Can I see enough of the thing under the rubble to target him with a magic missile?
I'm gonna say, give me a perception check.
Fireball.
Oh no, there's too many pets around for fireball. That's a 10 on the
Fenix
die
is in
plus,
range too.
yeah, 13 total.
No, the you can see a pile of rubble that's moving, but at this point you can't make out a clear shot.
Okay.
You are unable to snipe.
Shucks. All right, then we got one visible target, and that's the other spellcaster. Then I will direct my magic missile at the spellcaster.
Okay.
All right, that is 2 plus 6. 5, that's 7 plus another 2, 10.
Okay. So here's what happened. Panq ran all the way down the crater, jumped over a chain attack from this demon thing. Devil, excuse me. Didn't slow down, kept running. Got to this cultist just as he was starting to get his senses back together. Takes his can opener, swings it over his head, smacks the guy on his knee. There's a loud crack sound, and it bends in a direction you don't want to see knees bending.
Theismann.
He reverses his grip. swings up, smacks this guy again in the chin.
Uppercut.
His head snaps back.
Uppercut! Uppercut!
Body blow. Body blow.
And as his head is moving back down, just as his eyes are starting to focus again, and a bit of blood starts to trickle out of his mouth because he obviously has bit his tongue or something. That's really painful when you bite your tongue. It's so annoying. Also, his jaw is probably shattered in several places. Beams of light fly from Ari's fingertips. Smack this guy in the face. He does a full somersault backwards and lands dead on the ground.
All right.
Yes.
He didn't get to fire a spell. That's good.
Yes. That was what I was worried he was going to summon something else. So that's why I was making a beeline for him.
Yeah. I was figuring you might, and then hopefully he wouldn't summon something again and have to deal with Demon Boy, but I was hoping you'd take him out.
Yeah. That's why I was hell-bent on getting him, because I was like, I don't want him summoning something.
Okay, well, while you're congratulating yourselves...
Yes.
And rightfully so, mind you. It is now Fenix's turn. Fenix, you are standing next to a pile of rubble that is moving.
I'm gonna Dragon Breath the rubble.
Yes.
That's
okay.
It won't hurt him, but you'll get rid of the wagon.
Okay. So you use your Dragon Breath. I'm not going to have you roll damage because it's old wood. So you breathe on it. It's all on fire now. It looks pretty epic. When the devil bursts out from it, and flaming logs and planks rain down around everything in the area. Heavy metal music plays in the background. And it sort of flexes its arms. Now, this is less epic for those of you who are imagining, say, a small, deep gnome doing this. But for you, Fenix, this looks particularly epic because this is your father. One of the Dragonborn that raised you, who has burst from this flaming wreckage and is flexing his muscles and looking really powerful and epic in front of you. And also very angry. And in a low voice, he says all of your names. First name, 3 middle names, and a last name.
Oh no.
The rest of the party doesn't hear it, but you hear it.
What's the last name?
I'm not telling the party.
Then send me it in the message.
I may do that. Okay, and it takes 2 attacks against you.
Father versus son.
That is a 1. Now, in the spirit of Akari, I am taking that die and putting it back in the pile. Because that is, I think, the 4th one I've rolled on it this evening. And I'm pulling another d20 out to roll for the second.
Sounds like it's a volunteer to become a cat toy.
It's small enough, I'm afraid he'd choke on it. That is a 20. It's a 12 plus 8. So that's a hit. Fenix, you are taking 11 points of damage, and I need an acrobatics check at DC 14.
That's gonna suck. 18?
Okay, so you manage to not be grappled, but you do get cut up by this chain that flies out and hits you. You do the superhero thing where it swings the chain at you, but you grab the chain instead so it doesn't wrap around you. But you realize, oh wait, this chain is razor sharp, so you let go of it. All right. The charcoal does not get a turn.
That's a good thing.
Vex, Buddy walks up to you and says, "What you doing?" That's his turn. Vex, it is your turn.
I would like to just shout at Buddy, Buddy, kill that giant thing in front of us. Is the
Well-
bear still alive, by the way?
Oh, the bear's still alive. But he
Okay.
goes, Erg, you're okay. And he starts going towards Erg. Going towards the devil.
Okay. Okay, so the bear's gonna take its multi-attack with the bite and the claw.
By the way, now
Hi.
this is amazing because I did have to roll the same wisdom save for Buddy, and I rolled a frickin' 19. It's a wisdom save, and he succeeded.
That's amazing.
I know.
Question.
I had to share. Yes.
Buddy knew the devil's name.
Buddy thinks that the devil is his friend Erg.
Oh, okay. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I wasn't sure if that was the devil's name.
No.
No, that's the illusion that he's seeing.
Okay,
Erg was
never
the
mind.
name-
Never mind.
And you, Vex, you might remember this. The ogre that you fought before, when it was commanded to go check out whatever noise that was heard, it was called by name. It was called Erg. So
Okay,
Yeah,
never
you're the one
mind.
that killed Erg.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
why I haven't mentioned the ogre in the forest, other than asking if Buddy was in the forest.
That
So
wasn't a forest, so that was part of.
oh, it's the mountain. Yeah, sorry, mountain.
It's rocky countryside.
So I'm guessing a 9 doesn't hit for the bite,
A 9 will miss.
and the claw is a 21.
That's a hit.
That is 8 points of slashing damage from the claw. I'll take a shot with my arrow. With my bow and arrow. That's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit. Now, this is going to be a killing blow. You tell me how you're killing it.
Oh, it's definitely a killing blow.
It's definitely a killing blow.
Okay.
It's at 1 hit point when you rolled the hit.
I would like.
Point blank.
I don't want this to sound too horrible because it looks like Kayla, but I want it to go straight through the heart.
Okay.
And you are to blame.
Straight to the head, man.
Well, that's why I was asking. I wanted to know if it was a headshot or a heart shot. Okay. So your arrow goes straight into this thing's heart, and it seizes up a little bit, and then starts to sort of dissolve into some type of blackish goo that starts to evaporate even as it gets created. Buddy just looks at it in shock. Erg. And he turns and looks at Vex. You killed my friend.
That wasn't Erg, buddy.
You killed my friend.
Oh god.
The ogre would like to rage.
Oh no!
And
Honeymoon's over.
Still my turn?
it is
How far away is
Shepherd gets
Shepherd?
to go.
How far away is it?
Shepherd could make it to Buddy.
Okay. I would like Shepherd to run towards Buddy and go for a bite.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
15.
A 15 is a hit. And I'm gonna have to roll to see if he falls down.
Oh, that's max damage. 8. That's 13 points of piercing.
What's the difficulty
11.
for going prone?
11. Strength.
He makes it.
Okay.
How much damage?
13 piercing.
Okay. So Shepherd bounces off of Buddy's back. It kind of propels him forward a bit more, but he's running towards you. And he only moved away for one turn, so he gets to you with time to attack you.
I would like to shout, guys, a little help.
Roll to keep your pants clean.
Roll the 1. His pants are wet everywhere.
Actually, I just rolled. You said roll
I rolled
one,
a natural
I rolled a
20.
on another d20.
I rolled a natural 20 to keep my pants clean.
Your pants remain spotless as
I
Buddy comes
wasted a natural
forward
20.
and swings wildly. He's not a barbarian. He can't rage mechanics wise, but
He's just
he is
pissed.
screaming and flailing at you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's his turn. Ari, would you like to do anything?
How far away is the ogre from me?
From you, I would say he's a good 20, 30 feet.
Okay, so very close. We
Yeah,
got Vex. We
wasn't
got
too far away from you.
yeah, Vex and Buddy, or Vex and Shepherd are both nearby to the ogre as well.
So am I.
In order from you, it's Vex, then Buddy, then Shepherd.
Okay. All right. Burning hands would not be a good thing here, but
Well, you could angle it up. Ogres are giant kin.
Large.
He's got
Yeah.
a lot of height over Vex. Literally.
How much over me?
You two are roughly the same size. Vex.
Nice.
Yeah, but
No. You
he's
have the same
not-
size as an ogre. You and Vex are about
Fenix-
the same height. You're both 6'7".
Fenix isn't in my way though. Just I'm trying to avoid damaging Vex and Shepherd.
You could probably hit with a headshot.
Okay. Then I will do that. He must make a DC 15 Dex save.
That is my second natural one in a row. I don't know what's up with these dice tonight. I mean, I should have a dice cam when I record these. I should. Because that's uncanny. And that was the die that if I roll a 20, it lights up. So I'm rolling as far opposite as possible from it lighting up.
All right. Well, that's 12 fire damage to Buddy.
When you roll 1, you should light red.
Okay, so, Vex, you know how in your character art your hair's a little spiky?
Yes.
Okay, so now you've got some singed tips. But that's nothing on Buddy, who now has a singed face.
Such tips can be fashionable, I suppose.
It helps with split ends.
Yeah.
Okay. Fenix, it's your turn.
Where that arrow? Wait, is that arrow still stuck in his head?
Punk.
Yeah,
Punk.
so
Where's
stuck in the
Punk?
back of his
Yeah.
head.
You missed
Punk.
me.
Well, that's right. Now, Ponk, you can move towards this, but you're not going to get there this turn.
That's fine. That's what I want to do is start rushing forward. So
Okay.
that's it.
So you ran all the way down, now you're turning and running all the way back up.
It's a barbarian's life.
Good cardio.
You are a gnomish ping pong ball. Too bad no one's there to do a fastball special.
He wouldn't let us.
Nope.
Going to need you to toss the gnome. No one tosses a gnome. I'm sorry, that would be right. Nobody tosses a gnome. Alright,
Stay quiet.
so at this point, it's Fenix's turn.
So I'm gonna like push the arrow that's in his head more in his head.
Okay, so you are going to have to run at the ogre to do this, and you are going to either have to push the arrow with something that gives you an extra reach, or you're going to have to jump up or climb up. How would you like to do this?
I'm gonna jump.
Okay, so give me an acrobatics roll.
17.
That's sufficient. Now give me an attack roll. This would be an unarmed strike.
Oh, that's. Oh my god. Oh.
I need a number.
So, as like a hit roll?
Let me look at your character sheet. Unarmed strike is right there. You have a +6 to hit, so you roll d20 and add 6.
Oh, well, I got a 24.
Okay. That is a hit.
And it takes 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And lodging the arrow and with more instead.
Okay. So the arrow pokes through Buddy's eye.
Oh my god.
Yes. You're not sure he noticed. And I already had Buddy act this turn, so I'm going to go to the top of the initiative. Vex, you have a large ogre with an arrow for an eyeball looking down at you, holding a large club over his head. There also appears to be a Dragonborn riding on his back.
Okay.
You don't recall ever thinking that you would be in a situation like this.
How far away is the bear?
The bear could run over.
40 feet.
It's within 40 feet.
Bear legs it over. Takes its 2 attacks. First is a 19.
That's a hit. What was that? Was that the bite or was that the claw?
That's the bite.
Give me damage for the bite.
Okay. 5. I rolled a 1.
Okay. Now
That's
give me the
weird.
claw damage.
Swapping in a d8 on it, roll to hit. 12 plus 5 is a 17.
That
Yes.
would be a hit.
We're now dealing with the ogre. He's a lot easier.
6, 8 plus 4, so 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. So the bear runs over, bites the ogre's arm, doesn't seem to do much, but also swipes with a claw. The claw slices up the center of mass, knocks the ogre over on its back.
Ow, me!
There's a sound, followed by while each arm hits separately. And an additional as the club then hits the ground. Fenix takes 8 points of damage.
Oh!
Thanks.
That would be bludgeoning damage, because there is now an ogre laying on top of you.
Ooh.
You are prone and considered grappled at this point.
Sorry, Betty.
But there are no more combatants visible.
I walk up and dump a first level cure wounds on it, Fenix.
Okay.
I need to cure wounds, I need to pick up.
That's 7 points of healing. So that heals some of that.
Am I there yet? Help start lifting Buddy off him?
It's late enough. I'm not going to require you to make rolls. You do manage to get Buddy rolled over. All right,
Okay.
Buddy. We barely knew
We
you.
hardly knew ye.
Yeah, we barely knew.
You
Ari
serve-
wants
you
Ari
serve
wants to
your
run to the
purpose.
guy with the robe with eyes.
Okay.
So check him out. Make sure he's dead.
Oh, he is definitely dead.
I say we bring him back with us.
What? Oh, the guy with the robes?
Yeah,
Um,
maybe at least a fiddle punch.
I think Obaim might be able to be dead with him.
He might. That might be worthwhile to at least
Yeah.
have him try that.
We're gonna study this thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's human. I believe it was human.
He is
Yeah.
certainly human.
Because he might have some markings on him, a tattoo, or jewelry,
Yeah.
something we can maybe find
Um,
on
Oh,
him.
yeah, well, yeah, they're all wearing glowing
Yeah. Yeah.
amulets.
Now this
Do
is where a bag of holding would be handy because we could just stuff them in that.
Could I throw him in that bag I have?
You don't have a magical bag. You have a portable hole with you
Oh,
we
yeah,
do.
he'll
Throw him
fit
in the
there.
hole.
that you may or
He'll-
may not have told the party you have. So far as the party knows, I'm assuming they don't know.
I'm gonna take it out and go. Well, I might have something we could use.
I'm gonna tell.
Okay.
And then am I able to just throw him in the hole?
Yeah.
All right.
You put the portable hole down
Uh-huh.
on the crater floor. It opens up. You cannot see into it.
Mhm.
It's a black surface. It looks way too similar to this portal.
Oh,
That
Put it
is
away.
really creepy.
put it away.
But
No,
it's not the same because the edges of the portal seem to be made out of humanoid corpses. This is
Yeah.
just a hole in the ground. Also, one of these two things, from it
Sorry.
you can hear a chicken clucking.
I don't want to know what you've got in there.
You don't want to know.
The chicken came with the portable hole.
I don't believe that. I
Never
think
mind.
weird things with
Well-
chickens.
Because at first the similarity to the portal thing was freaking Punk out, but now that he's
It is
okay, they're not
it
the same
is-
thing.
That it is not the same thing, but visually,
Yeah.
like you don't need 5 cultists and a whole lot of dead bodies to make a portable hole. But they're both black portals to an extra dimensional space.
Pay no
This one's
attention to
just
this. Just help me
yours.
drag the body into the hole.
I'll
I'm not
throw
even
the
gonna
body
ask-
into the hole.
I'm not even gonna ask questions.
Okay, and then close it up.
Okay. There,
I don't want to know how you
keep in
have
mind
that.
there are 4 other charred bodies.
This guy
we,
looks like the leader.
We only
though.
need to talk to one.
Yeah, we only need to talk to one, but I do want to check the others out to see. Basically, Ari's looking for spell books to see if any of them have any.
Do we want
Um,
to stop here and pick up next time?
Well, we are wrapping up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to answer Ari's question. There doesn't seem to be much left on them that would be of any value. Thanks, Ari.
Yeah, I know. I incinerated them.
Yes, but their amulets are still bright green. On closer inspection, they don't seem to be glowing because of any inner magical power at this point. It's that they're reflecting the light of the sun. Each amulet seems to have a fairly large emerald as part of it.
Free money. Anybody object to robbing the dead?
I have no problem with it. I'm stealing corpses.
I do.
Yeah, he took a whole corpse.
I have a big problem with robbing the dead.
How about Evil Dead?
No!
Only if you have a chainsaw for an arm.
Groovy.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Ari will definitely take their amulets. Basically, kind of quickly check over, make sure they didn't have anything else of arcane value.
If they did, it did not survive.
I still need to know my last name.
Do we? And we don't know anything here yet.
I will send you a private message in Discord sometime later. Not tonight.
I'm going with McGillicuddy.
I'm going with Fenix Spielberg.
Fenix Spielberg. That's awesome.
So I appreciate
Fenix Spielberg,
that.
Lucas
It-
the Third.
for the C Team game. The Dragonborn Paladin in that game is named Dinar Blitzen.
Yeah.
And if you look in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, there's a table of Dragonborn names, and Dinar is one of the names on the list. They added it.
That's cool.
Yes. But that's neither here nor there. So you pocket the amulets, you pocket the corpse, the one corpse. The strange portal thing seems to be fading its power. It's turning into just a pile of bodies again.
Good.
And we are going to wrap that up here and continue next time enough of us are together to do this, because we've got a maximum of 3 people that will be involved next week, and then we're going to take a couple weeks off, it looks like. So we might continue this in January. But thank you so much. And I'll see you again.
All right.